Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the Finance 360-degree sessions where we cover all the relevant and important finance current affairs and the RBI notifications, the RBI press releases. In today's session, I have not brought something new, rather I was getting a lot of queries regarding how to cover RBI website. Okay, what should be the method to cover the RBI website? And RBI website is huge. There are different segments that you have to go through. There is home, about us, notification, press releases. So how to cover everything in the complete manner, in the holistic manner from the exam point of view. And so today I have brought for you the RBI website. I will be covering the RBI website. I will be showing you that what is important, what you have to cover in the RBI website and how we are covering the RBI website, what is important, what is not important, how in depth you have to go. Okay. Everything we are going to discuss in today's session regarding the RBI website. And let me tell you that we are going to go through the RBI website completely and we are going to see that how you can cover this RBI website in the limited time frame. So you do not have to worry, and in today's session I have brought for you everything that you need from the RBI website point of view, especially the new students that have gone through the RBI website but they are not able to understand how to cover this, what to cover in this. Do not worry, in today's session we are going to have the holistic understanding of the RBI website. Before that, I want to show you that how important the RBI website is. Okay, so good morning Shubham, good morning Durga, good morning Harshita. So good to see all of you. So see how important the RBI website is, that you can see through these questions that came in the RBI Grade B 2023. Directly you can see that from the RBI notifications, from the RBI press releases, from the reports that RBI releases, all these questions have come, and these are only some of the questions that I have brought for you. There were a number of questions in the RBI Grade B 2023 phase 1 examination from the RBI website. Okay, directly the Antardrishti dashboard, the payments vision document. Here you can see financial stability report. There were 2 to 3 questions from financial stability report. There were 3 to 4 questions from the annual report. There were questions from the survey of professional forecasters. Okay, so all of this, where you are going to get this, how you can cover this in the RBI website, and how you can find that what is important, what is not important. That is very relevant, and that I am going to show you in today's session. But I hope you understand the relevance of the RBI website, and like nearly 7 to 10 questions were from the RBI website in the phase 1. So it's not like that you can leave the RBI website. It will be a very big mistake from your end, and I will show you that how, see, it seems to be very huge, but it is only limited. Okay, that you can cover in the limited time frame, so you do not have to worry about the RBI website. Now, is it only important? RBI website, is it only important from the phase 1 point of view? No, it is also important from the phase 2 point of view. In the RBI Grade B recent examination, there was a direct question that you can see that came from the RBI website, that came from the RBI press release. So it is regarding the pre-sanctioned credit line via UPI. So here you can see in the statement on developmental and regulatory policies document of April 2023 that was released in the RBI press release. There was direct mention of the operation of the pre-sanctioned credit line at the banks through the UPI, and here the important points were given that you could have used in your answer, and from here the question was framed, and this was a very important question that was of 10 marks. Not only this question, there was a question on the report also of the Reserve Bank of India. So you can understand that for the phase 2 also the RBI website is very important. So now we have understood the importance of the RBI website. Let's move to the RBI website, how you can cover the RBI website. Okay, so coming to the RBI website, see, this is like when you go and in the Google, if you type the RBI website, okay, if you type RBI website, this is for the new students that have not gone through the RBI website or that do not have the understanding of the RBI website. So you can type the RBI website, this will show. You can go to the RBI website. This is the page that is going to show you. Okay, this is the page that you are going to get. So here you can see there is the home. So this is the home section where you are getting all the relevant informations from the Reserve Bank of India. In the current rates, what are important, you need to have the understanding of the policy rates. I hope you know what is repo rate, what is the standing deposit facility, what is the marginal standing facility, So all these rates, the current rates are given here. Okay, so before going to the examination, just go through these current rate ones. So if your examination is, let's say, next year, in the starting of the next year, so you have to go through these current rates, because in the previous, like in 2022 examination, it has been seen that direct questions came from the percentages, that what is the current marginal standing facility rate. So that's why you need to have the understanding of the current rates. So here the reserve ratios, the cash reserve ratio, the statutory liquidity ratio, all of these are given. Okay, then coming to the RBI regulated entities. So I hope you remember about the Udgam. It has been recently added. Udgam is what? It is the unclaimed deposits gateway to access information. We have discussed about Udgam. I hope you remember what is Udgam. Anyone can give me a one-line definition of Udgam, that why it was brought. Okay, so Udgam retail direct scheme. So you can understand that how important, you need to know all about these things. It is the Reserve Bank. Here you can see it is to lodge the complaint. It is the Reserve Bank integrated ombudsman scheme. You need to have the basic understanding about the mobile aided note identifier. Then there is also the RBI Museum, the retail direct scheme, the fintech, the work that the RBI is doing in the financial technology space. So these are some of the important points that the RBI has given here. Then coming to the home section, this is the citizens corner. That means these things are something that has been brought new. It contains the speeches. Okay, it contains the new things that the RBI has brought, that is for the public. Okay, so here you can go through this corner, this citizens corner, and you can understand that okay, this has been brought recently. See, now coming to the RBI bulletin. Do you have to go through the RBI bulletin every month? Because RBI bulletin is released every month. Like you go through the editorials. Yes, you can also go through the RBI bulletin, but you do not have to remember the RBI bulletin because it comes every month. So whatever comes every month, you can understand it becomes redundant, and in the examination, you just have to do the RBI bulletin that is near to the examination. Just before the examination, whatever RBI bulletin is coming, that only you have to do. That means the November month, of course the next month, the RBI exam is not going to come, so this RBI bulletin is not important. Okay, so this is something you have to remember, that if something is released every month, that is not important from the exam point of view. It will become important from the exam point of view when it is released just near to the exam, just before the exam. Okay, so till now everything is clear. Durga has given the answer. Udgam is to know the details of unclaimed deposits. Very good, Durga. This is somewhat true, that the Udgam is for the unclaimed deposits, to get the information regarding the unclaimed deposits through all the banks that are present on Udgam. Currently it is 30 banks. Okay, so now I hope you have understood about the home, how you can go through this home section. Now coming to about us. If you are giving RBI Grade B examination, you should know about the RBI. What is the authentic website through which you can know about the RBI? Of course, it is the RBI website. That is the authentic website through which you can understand about the RBI. So this is about us, establishment of the Reserve Bank of India, under which act the Reserve Bank of India is established, the central board, the functions of the RBI. So local boards and everything is given here. Okay, what are the functions of the RBI, the legal framework of the RBI? Here are the functions. So you do not have to go here and there. You can just, in the about section, everything regarding the RBI is given here. Everything regarding the RBI is given here. So you do not have to get confused that okay, when RBI was formed or when RBI started working, under which act RBI works. If you want to know about the RBI, if you are giving the RBI Grade B examination, you should know about the RBI and the information you are going to get in the about section. So home and about us, is it clear? Give me a thumbs up. Now coming to the press releases, notifications, let's go to it later because the press releases are more. See, the press releases, they are, if I show you for November only, and you can understand that only half of the November has passed, and still there are so many of the press releases that are released by the Reserve Bank of India. So should you go through all the press releases? Is it relevant? No, only out of these 50 of the press releases, only 5 of the press releases are important. And how you are going to identify those 5 press releases, that I will show you. Okay, so starting with November 1st, okay, here you can see money market operations, it happens every day or every other day. Every other day in the press release there is the money market operation, or every month this notification is coming out, this press release is coming out. And I have told you that if it is coming every month, then it becomes irrelevant from the exam point of view. Only you have to do this near to the exam. So you should know that what are the money market operations, but you do not have to go through the press release. Again, this 91 days, 182 days, 364 days table, this information also comes every month. Coming to the treasury bill full auction result, you do not need to know about it. Just by reading this, you should understand that this is not relevant. Now, consumer confidence survey and inflation expectation survey of households. This is released every 2 months. Like, it is the bi-monthly surveys that are released. Bi-monthly means that it is going to release in November, December, then it is going to release again in February, and so forward. So only near to the examination, the surveys that are released near to the examination. If your exam is on April, wait for the current surveys to be released, otherwise it will become very hectic for you to remember all the data points. Okay, so these surveys are not relevant for now. Again, monthly, you can understand this is fortnight data, not important. September 2023, this is, if you open this, you can see here it is written for the month of September, for the month, that is, it is monthly data, not important. Then again, going to monthly data, October monthly data. Now coming to this notification, withdrawal of 2000 denomination banknotes. This we have already covered. So this is important because this is like the Reserve Bank of India has released the guidelines for this, and this is a one-time thing. It's not like that every month the RBI is saying that, okay, today I am going to change some new note. Today I am going to change the rupees 500 note, or we are going to withdraw the 500 note. No, this is a one-time thing. This happens very, very rarely, and that's why you should have the complete understanding of the withdrawal of the 2000 notes, and that's why this is very important. Again, FATF, every month it releases new appointments by the Reserve Bank of India. It doesn't come in the examination, or if it comes, it will be near to the examination if a new announcement is happening. Monthly data, here you can see this is all monthly data. Okay, imposes monetary penalty. Every month it happens, every day it happens, and there are number of monetary penalties that are imposed. So again, you do not have to go through all the monetary penalties. You just need to have the brief understanding that under which section, like broadly under which section the monetary penalties are levied. Okay, so if you go through only one also, you will get to know that, okay, under provision of sections 47A and such sections, the monetary penalties are levied. Otherwise, this is not at all important. You do not have to go through them. Okay, then all of this, again, monthly data is coming. You can see, like, there is 20 notifications that will be on monetary penalty, and this is going to come every month. Okay, every 15 days, 20 monetary penalties. You cannot remember that. So either remember some that are in news, okay, that are near to the examination. Till then, just leave it. Then coming to, again, now this here, monthly data, but this is something new. Release of India Finance Report of the Center for Advanced Financial Research and Learning. This is the first flagship publication that has been released by the CAFREL. So of course this is important. So till now, till November 7th, we have only found 2 important press releases. So here, this is the idea that I wanted to give you, that the RBI website seems bulky, but it is not at all that much bulky. If you have the basic logic that why we should leave it, why should we do it, so you will be able to cover everything that is relevant from the exam point of view. And I am here to help you. I am here to tell you that what is important, what is not important. But if you yourself want to go to the RBI website, you should not be confused, and that's why I have brought this session for you, that what is important and what is not important, how we see it. All the questions that came in the phase 1 and the phase 2 in the previous 2 years, I was covering most of the questions. How? Because I knew that, okay, this is important and this is not important. How? I have given you the logic. The monthly data, if it is near to the examination, it can be important. Otherwise, the monthly and the quarterly data are not as important as the yearly data. So this logic you need to have. Okay. Now, if you go through this notification, you know, or this press release, you know that the important is the theme that is connecting the last mile. You can also go through the report. Okay, so I've given you in the previous session only, I've given you the brief understanding of the CAFREL, the report that has been released by the Reserve Bank of India. So this is all that you need to know. Now, so I hope now you have got the brief understanding. Here, nothing is important. It is all the monthly data that is coming. Then if you go to here, again, nothing is important. This half yearly report is for the April to September. So this is also not important. We will see that if it comes near to the examination, then it will become important. Otherwise, for now, if you go and see this, here the foreign currency assets are given. Okay, the foreign exchange reserves are given. So foreign exchange reserves, if you remember that every, like the Monetary Policy Committee releases its statement every 2 months after, like it is bi-monthly Monetary Policy Committee meeting that happens. In that bi-monthly Monetary Policy Committee meeting, the MPC announces the foreign exchange reserves. So you can understand that the foreign exchange reserves announcement is happening every 2 months. So this will not be important when the next Monetary Policy Committee meeting will be held, because till then the change will happen in the foreign exchange reserves, and so you need to have the clarity that what is the foreign exchange reserves near to the examination. That will be provided to you by the Monetary Policy Committee, or that will be provided to you by this report if it releases near to the examination. Getting the logic or not? Tell me, getting the logic or not? Because the RBI website is all about the logic, putting your logic. Why you need to leave this notification is because every 2 months you are getting a new data for the foreign exchange reserves from the Monetary Policy Committee. So if this report would have been released near to the examination, it is important. Otherwise, it is not going to be relevant till the examination. Okay. So now, coming to the next, again in the whole here, in the November 10, no important notification was released by the Reserve Bank of India from the exam point of view. Okay. Then coming to November 13, again no important notification was released from the exam point of view. Now data in India's invisibles for first quarter. It is the 3-month data. Now April to June. After June, July, August, September. So after 2-3 months, that data will be released. So why you are going through this data? Why you are going to 3? If you go through this data, this is like Excel sheet will be downloaded. Now you do not have to go through the Excel sheet because there will be hundreds of data that will be there. So just by seeing the notification, you should be able to know that, okay, humanly it is not possible. So RBI is not going to give this kind of notification in the examination. So I hope you understand the logic that if Excel sheet, you are getting an Excel sheet, you cannot remember that, right? So this is also not important. Coming to next, again, so now coming to this. Now you have to tell me that this is important or not. RBI releases Handbook of Statistics on Indian States 2022-23. Is it important or not? So anyone that can tell me that this is important or not. So if you go, I have already. So if you go through the Handbook of Statistics on Indian States, you will get this. Just by seeing this, you should know that this is not humanly possible. Then if you open this Handbook of Statistics on Indian States, you can see. So till now it seems easy. Just go through the content. Data. It will show you all data. Is it humanly possible? It is not humanly possible, right? It is not at all important. Yes, you need to have the brief understanding that what is the Handbook of Statistics on Indian States, that what it is providing, that 6 new tables have been included. So there were many tables before, 6 new tables have been added. Only this much is important. Only the press release is important. Here you do not have to go and read and remember all the data. That is not humanly possible, right? So now coming back to the next notification. Till now I hope it is clear. Then you can go forward with this, and here it ends. Again in November 16 nothing is important. November 17 nothing is important. Now here you can see sovereign gold bond is again and again being discussed, that okay, there is premature redemption that is happening, or the government or the Reserve Bank of India is releasing the sovereign gold bond. So should you know that how much of the sovereign gold bond premature withdrawal is happening or premature redemption is happening. That is not important. What is important from exam point of view is to know about the sovereign gold bond scheme, and the questions have been seen from the scheme. So if you see some new scheme that is being discussed here, you do not have to remember that, okay, every month or every day what is the data that is changing, because that is happening on the regular basis. You have to see that what is the scheme. First, let's understand the scheme. First, let's have the clarity about the scheme and everything. So press releases, now you know that only out of like 50 or 60 of the press releases, only 3 or 4 were important. Okay. So this was the understanding that I wanted to give you. In the notifications, now the notifications are usually limited. Okay. So if we go to the November month, so here these are the notifications, and you can understand that if they are limited, that means they are also important. So starting with master direction, let me tell you, all the master directions you do not have to cover. If there is something new that is coming in any master direction, that becomes important. Now this master direction, this is very theoretical, so you can go through it once, but it is not very important. Even not many news articles have been released on this, so it is not very important. Now coming to the fully accessible route for investment by non-residents. So this notification is actually important, but this is a very small notification that is very easy to go through. So this is the notification. Now here you will see many of the links, but first read through the notification, then you will understand that the links are important or not. In many of the notifications, you have to go through all the links that are provided in the notification. But in some notification, just by reading the paragraphs, you will understand that here the links are not important. The notification is saying that the fully accessible route will be provided to the sovereign green bonds. Okay, the fully accessible routes are only provided for specified categories of central government securities that were opened fully for non-resident investors without any restriction. So fully accessible routes means that without any restrictions, the non-residents can invest in those specified government securities. Okay, so fully accessible route, you can see here information is given about that we do not have to go through. So now the fully accessible route will be provided to you for the non-resident investors for the sovereign green bonds also. This is all that the information is provided here. If you go through all the notification, you will only get confused. So this is the clarity that you need, that how much in depth you need to go. If you are able to understand everything through this particular paragraph, so you do not have to go in depth. If you do not have the clarity about fully accessible route, then yes, you have to go through this, that what is the sovereign green bond. So fully accessible route, if you want to get the information, then you will have to go through different articles, different notifications, okay, to understand the fully accessible route. But if you have the clarity that what is fully accessible route, that the non-residents will be able to invest in the specified central government securities. What are those specified central government securities? That is determined by the Reserve Bank of India from time to time. And now the RBI has said that the fully accessible route will be provided to the non-Indians or non-residents for the sovereign green bonds also. Okay, so this is all that you need to understand from here. So how much in depth you have to go, that also I have told. So Durga is asking, ma'am, what is the difference between the notification and the press release? So just by the terms, the notifications are something that the RBI is trying to notify that, okay, this change the RBI has brought. Press release is the RBI is trying to release that statement that, okay, this has happened. Okay, so in the press releases, whatever the RBI is doing on the daily basis, whatever the RBI is doing, RBI is releasing the treasury bills auction, there is the premature redemption that is happening, or there is the government stocks that are being released, there are the government stocks that are being bought. So the working of the Reserve Bank of India on the day-to-day basis is being informed through the press releases. The important steps that the RBI has taken, that is notified through notifications. So this is the basic difference. So the press releases are released on the day-to-day basis, but the notifications are only released when there is some important thing that has happened. So for 1st to 6th November, there was nothing that was notified by the RBI, because there was no notification that was released. Okay, now coming to formation of new districts in the state of Rajasthan. Again, this is not important. Why? First of all, you cannot remember all of this, and this is released every month. So every month there is the formation of new district that is happening. So every month there is the formation of new districts in the different states that is happening, and this is released every other month. So that's why it is not very important. Only near to the examination, if some new lead bank is coming up, so that you need to understand. Otherwise, that is not important. Okay. Now, guidelines on import. So I will bring a separate session on this, because there are the guidelines that have been released, and this is released recently only. So I will bring the next sessions on these notifications. These all notifications are important, because here you can see that RBI has taken some new step that you must know about. Now, why is that important? You have to tell me that implementation of section this and this has updated regarding the ISIL and Al-Qaeda. Is it important? You have to tell me, is it important? So there are only 7 to 8 notifications that were released till now. Out of this, most of the notifications are important. Some, like the guidelines and the regulatory measures, the INR settlement ones, they are a little lengthy, so you need more time to understand that, and that's why I am here to bring these notifications, to bring such press releases that are very typical for you to understand. So I am bringing these sessions for you all. In the next sessions, we are going to understand these notifications. So you have to understand that it is not very typical. RBI website is not at all very typical. You just have to once get the logic behind the RBI website, and then it becomes very easy for you to cover it. Okay. So of course, this is not at all important. The implementation of different entities are being mentioned here, so it is not at all important. Okay. Here you can see that different entities are here, so we do not care about it. Like as employees, we will not care. Even if you are the RBI Grade B employee, you will not care much about this. Okay. Now coming to, I hope it is clear till press releases, the speeches and media interactions. You can read it like you read the editorials for getting better in the answer writing. You can read the speeches and the media interactions, because there are the Governor of the Reserve Bank of India, the Deputy Governor of the Reserve Bank of India, they are giving the speeches, or some other central bank's governor is giving the speech. So you will get the clarity that, okay, how they speak, how well they are able to articulate any kind of answer. So you can get that understanding, but it is not relevant from the exam point of view that any objective question will come on it. No, you can get, like you are reading the editorials, you can also read the speeches, but otherwise it is not very important. Publications. Now publications are the reports that the RBI is releasing, so surely it is very important. There were direct questions from the reports in the phase 1 and in the phase 2 of the examination. So annual reports are important. For any organization, annual report will be very important. Annual report is the annual report of the Reserve Bank of India, as well as the report on trend and progress of banking in India. Now, it's not like that you will go today and you will read the whole report. No, you do not have to do that, because first of all, this report was released in December 2022. That means the recent one is going to release in the next month or after that. So you can understand that the recent report you have to read, and this is the yearly report. So very easy for you. You just have to go through one report. Okay, so these two reports are very, very important, as well as there is also the report on currency and finance. Recently a question has come on the report on currency and finance, so this is also an important report. Other reports are not very important because they have the data points. Okay, so the annual report, the report on trend and progress of banking in India, the annual report on the ombudsman scheme is also important, because this ombudsman scheme is a very important scheme of the Reserve Bank of India. Then there is the report on currency and finance, that is important. So these are the important reports. Only 4-5 reports in the annual section is important. Then coming to the half yearly, financial stability report is the most important report in the half yearly section. The monetary policy report, you can go through it, but it only has the details about the monetary policy committee, what the monetary policy committee has done in the past few years or past few months. So you do not have to go in depth. Just in the half yearly section, you have to go through the financial stability report in depth. It is the most important report in the half yearly segment. Then coming to the quarterly, there is not much important surveys that come in the quarterly section. Only the inflation expectation survey, the consumer confidence survey, and the survey of professional forecasters. That's it. Okay. Then in the bi-monthly, these are the three surveys that are released. Recently there was a question, so I have already shown you that in 2023 there was a question from the survey of professional forecasters. So these surveys are also very important. Okay. Now monthly, weekly, occasional reports, all of these are not very important. Okay, nothing great comes in these segments. Now legal framework, surely you do not have to go through the legal framework if you are not filling the form from the legal segment, or from you are going to fill the form from the RBI Grade B General. That is what I am thinking. So you do not have to go through the legal framework. Research, again, you do not have to go through the research. If any important research from the RBI is released, that will be in news or that will be in the notification. So from there you have to go through the research. If any research is released by the RBI, if it is important, RBI will also mention it in its notification or in its press release. So you need to have that clarity that you do not have to go through this segment. If anything important comes here, that will be mentioned in the newspapers, that will be mentioned in the RBI notification and the press release. Statistics, you cannot remember it, it is not humanly possible. Regulatory reporting, again, regulatory reporting means that the regulatory entities, the banks, the NBFCs, they are reporting to the Reserve Bank of India. You cannot remember the data, you cannot go through this yourself, okay, because these many hundreds, thousands of the banks, they are reporting to RBI, thousands of the NBFCs, they are reporting to the RBI. So I hope everything till now is very clear. This was all regarding the RBI website. Is it easier for you to go through the RBI website now? You have to tell me this, okay? So this was all from my end. I hope you have understood the RBI website. I hope you have got the better clarity about the RBI website. This is all that I wanted today, because I was getting many queries that how to cover the RBI website. And see, you do not have to worry, because all the important and typical, the hard to understand notifications, press releases will be covered in the Finance 360-degree sessions. So you do not have to worry. Even if you go through the RBI website, you find something hard, you need to understand that we will cover it in the Finance 360-degree sessions, and other finance current affairs we will cover in the Finance 360-degree sessions. What's new section? Let me see that. So I hope you are saying about this. What's new? It's the what's new session. Okay, what's new section covers all the notifications and the RBI press releases that are released recently and that are important. So if you see this regulatory measures towards consumer credit, this is actually a part of the notification. This is a part of the press release. This is a part of the press release. This is a part of the press release. This is a part of the speech. So everything that is present here is a part of the notification, press release, or some kind of speech. Speech you do not have to remember. You can go through it as per the editorials, as you go through the editorials. The RBI notifications, the RBI press releases, if they are important, like this, this is important, regulatory measures. Okay, this is a part of the notification. But the RBI bulletin is a press release. It is not important. Every month the bulletin is released. So this much understanding you need from the exam point of view. You are most welcome, Jalaj. Good to see the comment here. So here I hope the clarity you have got. Any other query that you have, you can ask now. Otherwise we will be closing this session, and I will try to bring the sessions like this on the regular basis, so that we can understand that how much we have covered, how much is left, and how you have to go forward with the RBI website. Now from the recent pattern that have been seen, the RBI website has become very, very important, and you cannot leave that. Okay, so this is all the clarity that you need, and thank you very much for today. Okay, so this is all. Thank you very much, and do subscribe to the YouTube channel. You will get the PDF. The PDF is not required here because we have gone through the RBI website. Otherwise, the PDF of the important sessions in our YouTube channel, you will get them in the Telegram channel of EduTap. The link for the Telegram channel is given in the description box below. So I will recommend that go and subscribe the Telegram channel. Of course, it is absolutely free, but you will get lots of important PDFs of the marathon sessions, of the revision sessions and such. You can contact us through this number and you can mail us through this. Okay, hello@edutap.co.in. If there is any query that you have, you can also write in the comment section. I'm here to answer your comments. I'm here to help you go through this journey of your preparation. Okay. Durga, can you write this in the comment section? I will try to answer this in the comment section. So you are most welcome, everyone. Okay. You're welcome, Harshita. You're welcome, Durga. You're welcome, Sonali. So Durga is asking who will raise the request to account aggregator for the data. So it is the customer that raises the request because the customer permits to share the data now. So customer raises the request, that request is passed on to the financial information providers, then the providers share that information to the financial information users. Okay. It is the customer that raises the request because the financial information user, see, financial information user requires the information. So they will ask the customer to give the information. Customer will raise the request with the account aggregator, will provide the consent to the account aggregator. Then the account aggregator will request the data from the financial information provider that will be shared to the financial information user. Okay. Yes, all the data is getting stored. Like account aggregators, they cannot store the data. It is the financial information providers that are storing the data. The banks, the credit information companies, they are storing your data. Okay. I hope everything is clear now. I will be closing the session. Thank you very much for coming in today's session, and I hope you like the session. Do you require more sessions like this? You can comment down below, and thank you very much. So I guess there is no more query. So